Hello Gemini, thank you for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm going to use the Modern Spellcasters Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. And for the supportive oracle cards, I am going to use the Angels Answers oracle cards by Noreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. I already shuffled. Let's see what we got. Okay, so Gemini, I'm noticing I'm using a lot of table space on yours, which makes me feel like this situation might feel, I don't know if it's going to just feel drawn out or actually be drawn out, but either way, it's going to feel like it goes on for a while for you. Now, this is definitely a roller coaster ride is what I'm seeing. It's starting off at a low point, I'll be honest with you. The Three of Swords coming into this information, to this time frame. Information. Well, you do have get more information here, but I feel like whatever's going on, the fact that the word information flew out of my face. Flew out of my face? Okay, here we go. Let me give it a second here just to kind of calm down. You are hearing about something to start, though. And I'm getting it's information coming towards you that's making this Three of Swords happen. Because this is between you and this is like the action line. This is kind of like a sad moment at the very least. Heartbreak, disappointment at the very least. But on your side, I feel like you're kind of already thinking it through, but they're saying make sure you add new information in. Search it out. Don't accept it for what it is. Make sure you don't, because I definitely feel like you're going to think it through. And you may go a few different ways with it, but make sure you seek out new information, because there's extra information, more things you need to know here. And I'm also noticing on the other side, right below that Three of Swords, is improving health. On the environment side, like things are getting better for the other party involved here, whether it be a person or a few people. Things are improving. The question is it due to what happened here, or is it a result of what happened here? In that sense, like, are things improving around you because this happened? Or is it the fact that things are improving around you is the reason this happened? So it's like, which way is it happening? Like, which is causing which? Because I feel like things have to change here. We're going through a lot of changes, it feels, in these readings at the moment. A lot of these readings I'm doing, it feels like there's a lot of changes happening. But I'm feeling with this, like, I feel like it's the situation's improving, and I feel like it's feeding up towards the Three of Swords here. Which, the fact that things are improving, like, this is like an after effect of that. Like, it's almost like the cleaning out of a wound feel to me. Like, this has to happen because things are improving. Things can't continue to improve if the situation stays the same. So things are changing. I feel like that's rough for you and for the other person involved. But even though it's a rough moment, it's purposeful. It has to happen because the situation isn't working the way it currently is set up. Yes. Okay, now, this is a hard thing, again, for you, but also the other side. Whatever's improving here, the pain that's coming from this improvement, the other side definitely is like, the pain is a bit much. The heartbreak is a bit much. And the other side seems to be considering walking away from the improvement that they've already gained because it's becoming, it's painful. It's painful, and they're considering giving up on it. Even though they're making improvements and things are going better, the fact that it's hard is making them want to kind of back off. The Eight of Cups is just the consideration of that. It's not going left or right. It's just saying this is being considered. The other side, I feel like you might get this information, especially with the Page of Wands, the way it's set up on this card. It very much looks like an active listening card. Like you're hearing this. This other side wants to give up because even though things are getting better, it's very heartbreaking and it's hard for them. Oddly enough, I really do feel, even though it's painful, I do feel like it's painful for you because this is between the two of you, the Three of Swords. You are recognizing it for the healing that it is. And this is how these cards come in. Like the Emperor is kind of going across the Justice card. I feel like you're trying to encourage the other side to keep going. I feel like you have very encouraging words. And you're trying to push forward, like, you know what? It's been painful this far, but why give up? Why have gone through that pain for nothing? Might as well keep going. Like, this is going better. I know this is hard. I agree. I don't like it either, but it's going to lead to something better. We need to hold to this. You need to keep going. Just keep going. Because, especially with the Emperor pushing into the Justice card for me, I'm seeing that as like holding to this makes it worth that. It's like justice isn't going to happen without it. Like, and I feel like they tell me that it's not really what we're going for here. What they're saying is that the pain has to happen, and you're trying to like not over accentuate it, but you seem to be aware that this is going to get even more painful going forward. You're trying to negate that. You're trying to take the other person's mind off that. You're trying to push them away from that reality, but it is going to get more painful before it gets better. And I feel like the Emperor actually going across the Justice card is like you're trying to like overshadow that so that's not too pronounced. I feel like you're looking at it like it's going to happen that way anyway, but you're trying to overshadow it, like, you know, trying to push the other person away. Like, don't look at the pain. Look at the good. Look where you're going. Don't look at all the pain you have to go through to get there. Just look at where you're going to end up. I feel like that's what you're trying to do. Now, what is happening? I do feel like it keeps going. Okay, so the situation keeps going. The healing keeps going. I'm noticing this is a very interesting contrast. On your side, you have the Ace of Cups. You're feeling like this is the right thing to do. I feel like you're looking at this like the end result is going to be worth it. This has to happen. It's going to be rough. The Ace of Cups on your side makes me feel like you're sticking with it. It's hard, but you're still like... It's weird because I feel like it's a hard situation, but you're feeling like this is going to work out. And I've gone this far. You're getting very optimistic here. And you have a lot of love for this other person. Very supportive energy coming from you towards this person, which I feel like the reason we're saying this is because the other person has the Devil card. They're very upset, very unhappy. They're having a very low moment here, a very low moment. But you're trying to offset it. It's kind of like yin and yang going on here. You're trying to pull them up. I really feel like they might be trying to pull you down. I'm trying to find a positive way to put that, but I really feel like they're having a really rough moment. Like the Devil card that's an intense card. It is. So is the Ace of Cups, though. That's also a very intense card. It's very yin and yang here to me right now. Like you're trying to pull them up. You're trying to make them feel better. They're very upset. They're just trying. I hate to say it, but I feel like they're trying to pull you down. They're so upset that they're just angry, and I feel like there's a very angry energy here. I don't feel like I don't feel like they're a bad person. I just feel like they're in a moment, and it's hard. It's just really rough. It's just everybody has them. Everybody has these moments, and it's just they're having theirs. But you seem to be persevering through this. I feel like you're looking at it in a certain angle because this Hierophant, like the gift and the pain that come through this card, this is what your Ace of Cups and their Devil card seems to be making happen between the two of you. Things are still going forward. Things are still healing. I feel like the way you're looking at it is like this is going to be okay. Like it's going to make it. It's rough, and like I just feel like you're kind of weathering it through, and you're inspiring them to weather it through too, even though they're trying to. They want you to stop. They want you to let go. They want you to go their direction and be like, no, we should stop. We shouldn't do this. but you seem to be persevering and pulling it through. And it's just about the balance of the situation at the moment. But the Hierophant, a lot of times to me also feels of dedication and holding strong to tradition or what's already been set before you to make it continue on, to make it thrive or survive, I should say. And in this situation, I feel like you are seeming to be that light at the end of the tunnel for this other person. Even though they're very upset and they seem to be trying to get you to agree with them that you should just scrap it and move on and just stop. You're inspiring them to keep going. I feel like begrudgingly as much as it is, but they seem to be going your direction because of this. Because that Devil card then goes into the Queen of Pentacles. Like, I feel like you appeal to their better nature, and they seem to go forward, and they're still... Like, at this point, for some reason, when you get to the Hierophant card here, what's going on between the two of you, you're pulling this person through, even though they're very upset, you're keeping them going. At some point, you seem to make a point where, we've come so far, it'd be a shame to go this far just to throw away all we've done. Because if you change your mind later and you want to start again, we have to start from square one. And I feel like you're appealing to this person's nature in that sense. And they're like, you know what? You've gone through so much, and it's just, I need to just, surf this out. I don't know why surf this out is coming out, but that's how it is. Surf it out, go through the end, keep going. You seem to be having this effect on this person where they keep going. Now, I feel like I'm noticing a balance here, like a balance in the sense of like, when they're weak, you're strong. I'm also noticing though that like they seem to be gaining their footing. And it's not like you don't feel the same way, but like this Nine of Pentacles pops up on your side afterwards when they seem to gain their footing. Because this came from the Three of Swords. This isn't something you're enjoying. It's just when you need to be strong for the other person, you are very strong for the other person. When you need to be, you're there. When they regain their footing, it's like giving you this moment to think about how you really feel about the situation. And I'm getting this Nine of Pentacles in this sense of like, you're not really enjoying the situation. And it seems to be going on forever at this point. It seems to be dragging on. And I feel like that's what's holding you here. But you don't want to push forward to the other side how you're feeling, because you don't want to cause a backslide or any type of problem, because they need to keep going. You're going to keep going. It's just that at this point, you're kind of also feeling at this point. This is when you finally feel like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. Maybe we could just, I don't know, you're having very short moments of like, maybe we should stop. But you're not pushing that forward to the other side, and you're just kind of like negating it off yourself. You're just like, no, I can't do that. Even though I want to, like, I just feel like it's dragging on for you. You're just like, oh, I'm just really sick of this going on for as long as it has. And you're realizing it's not at the end yet. And you're wondering if it's going to get even worse before it gets better. You're having your moment. Like, it's the balancing out of the emotions. You were really strong at a point here where the other person needed you to be. But now that they're strong on their own, I feel like you're having your moment of weakness that you need to process this. It's important because you need to go through these emotions to be able to handle this. And, it's part of the spiritual growth process. But you're not pushing it forth to the other side because you don't want to cause a backslide or anything like that. And I'm noticing this seems to be holding you through to the end of this situation. Excuse me. Excuse me. Here we go with the burps and the hiccups and yawns and all other stuff. So this is rough information. Rough information. So it's after this that this is where it's the most difficult for you, because I feel like you're doing it alone and you're having your moment. Like, it's purposeful. This is the spiritual growth part. I mean, it's hard, but you're keeping it to yourself, which I think makes it worse. But I feel like the reason you're keeping it to yourself is because you know how hard the other person had it for a moment there, and you don't want to cause a relapse. Now I'm noticing here on the other side, there's the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands working together here for the situation on the other side. I feel like I'm getting third party. So something else beyond you and whoever you're working with on this situation, whatever this main situation is, there's something outside of that, a third party that seems to be coming in and trying to help. Now, I feel like this is going to take a while because I get 3 cards. I got wait, I got peaceful resolution, and reconsider. Somebody else is bringing you another option. Like, you have the Knight of Cups and Wands. Like, I feel like there's a lot of love and a lot of action coming towards you. I feel like the fact that the 2 of these cards are coming together is to say that this is a very good loving feeling, the very active, somebody very inspired, somebody with a lot of love in their heart coming towards you and this other person with more information. Because I feel like the weight is telling me, like, this is something that's not going to happen overnight, but there's other possibilities coming towards you. And this is going to make it a lot better for you and the other person involved. And you're going to change your direction at the end here. And there's going to be a better resolution at the end. Something you're not seeing at this point. But the whole purpose is this third party is bringing you this reprieve, this better way to release you both from a lot of pain. I just feel like that's... I don't know if that's really hitting the way I want it to, but then again... Because I feel like this is your light at the end of the tunnel you've been waiting for. And then one of the reasons you're open to this is because at this point, when this person comes forward, you're feeling really drained and you're over the whole situation. You're just kind of like, I can't talk to the other person about it because I know what that's going to do, but I'm really feeling run down with it. This person comes in, shows you another option. You're all for it because you want this to stop. The pain is going on for too long. The heartbreak is there. It's going on for too long. And then this person coming in at that point, you're receptive to it. It seems to change everything very easily. Things going in a better direction. So I feel like this has to happen the way it's going, though, because this third party being involved was not an option in the beginning. But I feel like you weren't really open to it either for some reason. And it's through these trials and tribulations that this actually happens. This is when because you might be talking to somebody outside the situation because you don't want any negativity going towards that other person because you're just afraid of what that'll do to them. So you might be talking to somebody outside the situation. And that's where this pops in. Somebody has great ideas, a lot of love, a lot of action. Somebody helps you change this whole situation. But it's going through this whole thing. Unfortunately, I feel like this has to all happen first. Like, this doesn't even... Because it's a direct result of what's going on here that makes this possible. Before this happens, it doesn't seem like this is even possible. Is there anything else? All right. I feel like we went through the whole thing, so I think we're good. All right, thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.